Hi, Justine Froelker here in my film studio where the dogs are actually settled and quiet and cuddling on warmed towels from the dryer because I thought my podcast interview was at 10 and it's at 12:30. So I look like this and I'm in my studio. So I thought I'd jump on and say hello and do a quick teach for you all. You've already seen that I have shared my old video from 3 years ago for this day of remembrance of National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day month. And I wanted to share a little bit more because I feel pretty convicted about the grief and loss journey and teaching on it and sharing my story, even though it's a story that makes you cringe, makes you question me, judge me, and makes you uncomfortable. And it's also the only way that the world will heal because we're going to choose courage over comfort and change. And so, first off, it's National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And just to give you an idea before you turn off this video or don't share it, 1 in 4 pregnancies ends in a loss. 1 in 4, 25%. And still, here in the United States, with no improvement in this statistic, 1 in 160 pregnancies ends with a child born still. So this kind of loss, this kind of lifelong loss, where we will spend the rest of our lives wondering who they would have been, affects someone that you know. I guarantee it, even if you don't know it, even if they're not speaking about it. And so first off, a few things to those of you who may have never experienced a loss like this, but now know that you know someone who has because of those statistics. So we don't need you to ignore it. Please don't ignore it. You not talking about it or bringing it up or checking in with us does not protect us from not thinking about it. We carry them with us always, always. So you can't remind us of it and make us sad. We are sad, even when we are healing and doing the work to move along with it. You can't remind us of our sadness. It's always there. So don't ignore it. And we also don't need you to fix us or fix it because you can't. Quick fixes or simple answers like God needed another angel or everything happens for a reason, or at least you know you can get pregnant, or you'll be able to try again, or at least you already have another child, whatever at least silver line you want to put on this, it will never fix the pain. And all it does is make us feel even more alone in our pain, because that is pity. So that's the third thing. We don't need your pity. We don't need you to look at us and say, you poor thing, I just can't imagine. Or that has to be that, like, I feel so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for your loss. Why don't you just try again? Why don't you just adapt? Whatever quick fix or simple answer you want to do. And so my story has gifted me with this incredible place to teach you how to sit beside people who are struggling. People like me with a loss like this. When you say things like, oh, bless your heart, I just can't imagine, or you tell me to just adapt, or that at least we can trust God and that he needed another angel and everything happens for a reason, I feel even more alone. And I already feel alone in loss because shame really loves to come alongside loss and tell us that we don't matter and that we're invisible and that no one can understand or help us. And it's a lie. What we need you to do is to grab your courage to get vulnerable and lean in to the feelings of grief and loss and sadness and anger, which you are equipped to feel because you are a human being, even if you've never lost a child or anything for that matter. To lean into vulnerability and have the courage to sit beside us without any simple answers or quick fixes and simply say some of the most, what feels like powerless words in the world and are the most powerful. This sucks. This is brutal. And I don't know what to say. Thank you for sharing your child with me. That's all we need. So speak their name. Ask us how we are. Ask us how we're honoring them this year. Light a candle in honor of us and them tonight at 7 o'clock, wherever you are across the world, because that's the wave of light. So that's what we need from our community and from society. Sit beside us and love well. Now there's the other side of it. Those of us who have experienced a loss like this, our healing is also on us. We must speak. It may not be on a public platform, and it may be only to the one person, two, because you need two, one's too many, who loves you the most and knows you well. You must speak your truth and your story and your child's name, because it is how you will heal, and it is how the world will heal. You must speak, because silence only kills your light. You must ask for help. Reach out. Ask for what you want and need, especially from your loved ones, because they don't know and they mean well. It all comes from love. It doesn't come from maliciousness when they say those things. They just don't know what to say. So give them a script. Tell them what to say. Give them guidelines. Ask for what you want and need. And finally, you got to do the work to receive your healing. And it's going to look different for everyone. I believe it includes a lot of self-care, a lot of speaking your truth, a lot of wrestling, a lot of writing, a lot of seeking community. It's a big pain in the ass to heal. Healing does not mean that they never mattered or that we move on or that it never counted or whatever. Healing means that we do the work to make sure that the trauma, losses, and tragedies of our lives are not our entire story. They are a part of our story. Because when we don't do the work to receive our healing, they become our idols. They become the things that define all of us, the only thing that people can see. And that so easily becomes an armor that you end up hustling for your worthiness with. And you don't need to. You're already enough. Do the work to learn how to carry the loss with you, to move forward with it, to ask for what you want and need, and receive your healing. So, because I screwed up my schedule, that's what I got for you today. And if you feel called, I'd love for you to share this. This is a hard, heavy day for a lot of people. We love awareness. And it's also brutal it just like irritates the scar, our soul scars. Thanks for being here. And I see you.